At Luther Memorial Church were cut down sometime from the middle of May to early June. In a separate incident, a flag hung on a fence near First Congressional Church was torn between June 8th and 9th. No one has been charged in either case. The Wisconsin Joint Finance Committee Budget Committee is set to take votes on the recent approved state budget today. The deal includes a more than $1 billion tax cut, increased Medicaid funding, and a boost for the UW system. Co-chair of the Joint Finance Committee, Howard Markline, says this.
We're proud of the work that we've done so far and proud of the work we're going to be doing today. This budget has involved an awful lot of compromise, both between the houses as well as with the governor's office. So a budget is a compromise, and this budget is certainly one of those.
The full legislature is planning to vote on the budget Wednesday. Morale at the Milwaukee Police Department has taken a hit after the line-of-duty death of Officer Kendall Corder. The president of the Milwaukee Police Association, Alexander Ayala, says this.
Those officers that are arrested, I would not even say his name, but that arrested that coward, they showed the utmost professionalism to make sure that coward goes to prison for the rest of his life and that he gets his due process.
Governor Tony Evers has ordered flags to fly at half-staff until sunset today, as well as the date of Officer Corder's internment, which has not yet been announced. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I told you about that instance I had the other day when, by the way, thank you to Nolita Franz. Beautifully blended I don't know, can you call it a round table or just a round? For a Truth Roundtable on yesterday. If you missed it, you can check it out. You can stream and watch us, of course, live or pre-recorded or after the show on YouTube or at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you never, ever, 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 ever miss a show. Because yesterday we were talking about, I was talking about how I had run into someone and they constantly described to me, "You're a Republican." And I was like, well, no. I said, I think what happens is when people don't agree with something liberal 110%, or conservative or Republican or Democrat 110%, then they accuse you of being the opposite. And that the person said it in front of family members, which made me think, wow, so now your family members are going to think it even though it's not true. And then when I say, well, that's not true, I'm not a Republican, their reply was, yes, you are. Okay. And then in the YouTube chat, on the talk and text line, 833-212-1017, by the way, everybody argues, why do I always argue from center left or center right, never far left or far right? They say, I never take a stand. Why is it whenever I talk about something, it's always from the middle? Well, I tend to look at both sides of the equation, both sides of an argument. I don't care if it's political or racial or religious. And, you know, those are the three main arguments that people use to justify all of the ridiculous things in their life. Or those who hate politics, hate race, and hate religion. But yet the hypocrisy over the last week or so and the glaring bias of the media in recent days has shown me why it's important to stay in the middle. Multiple media outlets released the name of the suspect in the shooting who's now charged with killing police officer Kendall Corder and shooting his partner. They released the name of the suspect before he was charged and posted his picture. Now, one media outlet, like I said, even said they did it because of the high-profile nature of the incident, which is kind of weird to override what you do. But to argue my point, the mainly white journalists in Wisconsin, the news directors, the editors, used that same excuse to post a name in a news story about a suspect who hasn't been charged. But yet, I watched the same, and it may not have been the same station, but I watched the Milwaukee TV station not name a Washington County school worker who stole tens of thousands of dollars or thereabouts from a school lunch program, white female. And they said it was because she wasn't charged with not releasing her name. Well, her name was on the blotter. The charge was on the blotter. It's public record. Why can't you release it? Two men, day before yesterday, arrested in Green Bay for killing a 2-year-old baby. And yet the Green Bay Gazette knew they were arrested, yet didn't release the names until they were charged, and bail was set at $2 million. No names, no ages. Well, they did give ages, like 47 or 48 or 41 and something like that. I kind of think a dead 2-year-old is high profile enough. Fox 11 up in Green Bay did finally, or wherever it is, finally released the story. You know, in Milwaukee, police officer Corder died from his injuries, and the alleged shooter was tracked, arrested, but yet not charged. And his name and his photo was plastered around the media. A black man. They won't find an untainted jury anywhere in Milwaukee County. Journalists should be consistent. That's all. Be in the middle. And when you ask why, I try to stay in the middle. I believe that's where people who serve the public belong. That's where journalists belong. It's where the cops belong. Defending your right to exercise your First Amendment rights. Well, as shabbily as some of you all do. But I remember going When I was a young copper, I remember going to West Dallas City Hall with MPD Mert. It might have been pre-Mert, Major Incident Response Team, and providing protection for the Ku Klux Klan to exercise what? Their constitutional right from the protesters who were there, exercising their constitutional right. And while they called black people niggers and mud people and trash Jews, officers of every race and every gender and every orientation stood in defense of the Constitution. In the middle, on the line. Why? Well, the police guard your rights on the line from unconstitutional acts called crimes, violations of the law, tyranny, all that. Even you. The job is to come as close to the line as possible without stepping over. And we know some cops have stepped over. Clearly, some journalists have stepped over. There's a reason the thin blue line has two black lines running parallel to it. For me, it's a reminder of the abyss you fall into when you lose sight of your calling. The calling every officer answers every single day. The calling that includes that ritual of, I talked about it, getting dressed for the job. It becomes automatic. And as a copper, you understand automatically that it may be your last time. That your end to watch may not come with retirement as mine did, but with a Class A funeral. So next time you go to a game, no, some copper didn't. When you see a movie, when you hug and kiss your family, or go on vacation, some coppers didn't. Some coppers won't. Police Officer Kendall Corder never will. Like 8 others didn't since April 12th, 1993, when I was sworn into law enforcement. Yes, I'm rambling. I'm rambling because police deaths shake me to the core of my soul. In the last few days, let it be a lesson. Make tomorrow better than today. Time waits for no one.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present the 8 Block, powered by City on the Hill and 101.7 The Truth, hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other Saturday at 9 a.m., 8 Milwaukee teams will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives.
I'm here to discover different levels about myself.
I'm really here to get my name out there and have a different perspective on life.
So tap in every other Saturday at 9 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to the 8 Block.
Ever had a question about local services, neighborhood events, civic engagement, or ways to get more involved in the community and just didn't know who to ask? That is where 1MKE comes in. 1MKE is a nonpartisan coalition helping Milwaukee residents to find trusted information and easy opportunities to get civically engaged. Want to plug into a neighborhood event, find community services, give back through volunteering? 1MKE is here to help. Learn more and get involved and fill out their community feedback survey at 1mke.org. That is 1mke.org. We are 1MKE.
Hey everybody, it's Sherwin Hughes, and I got to tell you about one of my absolute favorite places in the city, Mr. B's Privileged Lounge, located on the northwest side of Milwaukee at 8617 West Brown Deer Road. Mr. B's is your go-to destination for comfort food, an incredible drink menu, and live music that keeps the vibes going all night long. So whether you're winding down or if you want to turn up, Mr. B's has the flavor, the energy, and the atmosphere you've been looking for. Mr. B's Privileged Lounge, privileged to serve.
I've got to share that I am also a beneficiary of the Old National Bank Empowerment Loan Program. So, Tracy, with that being said, what is the Empowerment Loan Program?
Great. Well, the Empowerment Loan Program is a special purpose loan program that we launched 2 years ago. It has been a success. It was something near and dear to the heart of not only our chairman and CEO, but just our organization as a whole. We work with contractors, consulting firms, retail food operations, daycares. In fact, so far, we've approved $50 million of loans closed 2 minority and women-owned businesses within a 2-year period.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. What you got? Give me a call. What's up? Curly Q. Reginald said, mud people? You've never heard that before? Calling black people mud people? Have you heard porch monkey? What about jigaboo? Yeah, those are all them old school 1950s, 60s names that folks would call. And, yeah. So, man, y'all be like, on it. What's up, Quanda? What's going on? Mao, hello. Not really a city girl. Hello. Reginald, maybe. I'm just kidding. So what's wrong with you, Quanda? I'm not going to put it on the radio, but in the hospital? What? What's going on? All right. All right, what's going on? What's going on? I'm just reading through the talking text line. Or, all you got to do is go to YouTube or 1017 The Truth and come to YouTube and join the chat. But y'all be good. Y'all take care of each other. So, it amazes me, some of the things that happen in the world. JD said, Dr. Ken, I usually don't agree with you, but your truth today was on point. So why don't you agree? Because you don't have to. I think that's what makes it great, JD. Thank you, 262-599. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's the whole point. I don't want you to agree. I just want to have the conversation and listen and argue back and forth and go. And people expect the discussions. That's why I like talking to Al so much. And people expect the conversation to be this normal, well, good morning, how are you? I am fine. Are you doing good yet? You get bored and be gone. But if somebody doesn't challenge me and I don't challenge you, well, what would you actually learn? Oh, that was great. Didn't learn anything. Don't know anything. Don't have anything, but it was great. It was good. It was good. I don't get it. We got traffic and weather coming up. We got all sorts of things. It's 84 degrees right now. The low tonight is 68. Humidity is at 44%. Winds are from the northwest at 84 miles an hour. Dew points at 60. It's not too bad outside. It's not. Do people keep up with the moon phase? People keep up. Do you keep up with the moon phase? It's at waxing crescent. I have no idea what in the heck that means, but that's here's what it is. That's what it is. So I have a question. I don't think I've asked this question before, but if you could change one thing about your life right now with a snap of your finger, what would it be? Right now, the The couple things I got to break. The Senate passed the big, beautiful bill. So I think it goes back to the House. They're going to take a peek at it, see if they want to change anything, and then it'll probably pass and get signed on the 4th of July. The jurors came back and have reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 charges against Diddy, but they're still deliberating on the biggest one, which was criminal conspiracy. Or I'm sorry, racketeering and conspiracy. And so we're still waiting on them. The judge sent them back to deliberate. And so we're gonna be waiting on that. We're gonna be listening for that. So we'll see what goes on. We're watching CNN, BBC, MSNBC, I don't know why, and Fox News. So we're going to be watching all those stations along with the local TV stations here in Milwaukee, all 4. So we're gonna stay on it. But if you could change one thing about your life, just one, what would it be? With the snap of a finger. Click. That's it. I would change Glenn's shirt today. It's some kind of pineapple fluorescent puke green, like, ugh.
It went from worse to worse, sir.
Yep.
The correct pronunciation of this color or name is Volt.
What's this?
Volt green.
Who cares? So, Volt green? Volt? Not like Bolt, but Volt.
VOLT, Volt.
Volt. Why would you pick Volt green? What kind of shirt is that? I don't even want to know. Ain't none of my business. It's your shirt. The Bucks, the Clucks. All right, the ones that got rid of Damian Lillard, that paid all that money, and now they're guaranteed to have to pay him, and he's gone. That guy? And then they had to boot him in order to pay for the new guy? That guy? Oh, okay. Watch this. Who you think got rid of him? Giannis. Giannis was like, he's got to go.
So you think he's throwing a fake temper tantrum to make it look better?
Who?
They were saying Giannis was tweeting and stuff like that about being angry with the franchise.
Giannis don't run the franchise. Giannis is a paid employee. And
he makes some of those decisions.
And watch it. No, he don't. You get to say it to a point, but if it doesn't come to fruition with what you wanted, we change. See what happened? Giannis wants Dame, so they got Dame. Didn't work out. They got rid of Dame. Oh, I'm upset. Didn't be upset, but we got rid of dude. And then he have an injury, and then he never came really back from it. Halliburton not going to come back from it. He's going to play so-so from that point on because he's going to always worry about that. The guys that play really well are the ones that have utter and total disregard, and they play. Yes, I tore my Achilles. I worked it back, and now I'm back, and I'm playing. I might tear it again, but I'm playing. But when you're tentative, you're done. And Dame was kind of tentative. But Giannis don't run the team. Does he have a voice? Sure. Giannis is not a multi-trillionaire. He don't run a hedge fund. He don't own multiple teams. The owners do. And the dude that owned 26% just bought the rest of it with a few minor owners. So what we doing? Dude. And now the team is worth how many billion? Come on. I'm going to let you mess up my money? I'll pay you. You don't pay me. So, what we doing? Man. So, watch this. If you could snap your fingers, I would make the Bucks NBA champs. And they're not. So, and who did it? Little old Oklahoma City. You think Oklahoma City will do it again?
I do think they go back to back.
Not if Halliburton come back. They're going to have a tough time getting through Indiana.
He's going to come back with 25 to 30 games left. He'll be rusty. You got to get back in the flow after an Achilles injury.
Halliburton on a rusty day is better than what? half the players on OKC. Come on now. You tripping. You tripping. Michael Jordan hurt. Who would you play with? Michael Jordan hurt or Halliburton?
Say that again?
Michael Jordan hurt or Halliburton?
Michael Jordan hurt.
Right. Halliburton hurt or half the OKC team?
More than half the OKC team.
Okay. Thank you. Now, next year, neither one of us is getting paid. Now, one of us is winning a trophy, but whatever. And that's why I don't really see the whole celebrity thing as being, oh my God, I don't care about your life. Like, I don't care about your life. There was a story on the Griot about, you know who Quinta Brunson is?
Yes, I do.
She got divorced after 3 years. They all had a business. Oh, my God. Why would you care that she got divorced or even married for that reason? Does anybody care that Jeff Bezos got married to a knucklehead reporter who wasn't worth her salt as a journalist anyway? I just repeat what other people say. I never really knew her. So, anyway. Interesting. Very interesting. 833-212-1017 is the number. If I could snap my finger. Oh, wait, we got a break, so I'll have to tell you when I come back. But if I could snap my finger, I'll tell you exactly what I would do. And it's no big deal. Not Really a City Girl said, all I know is that the moon will be skinny and look like a crooked smile. Here's my question. Not Really a City Girl. Why do you even know that? Like, of all the all the things to know in the world, you know the fact that the waxing crescent moon. Brett's 5-4 said Giannis wouldn't say anything publicly. He went on social media and said it. What are we doing? Well, I didn't say anything publicly. See, the childish, that's some, anyway. Curly Q say, Glenn, that's bold. Ha, ha. I'm telling you, if y'all can see it, you should come in and let people see that shirt. I'm telling you, this shirt is it's like a puke green. It's like somebody threw up and he put on his shirt.
The crazy part is the shoes match.
Your shoes match? I didn't see your shoes. Hold up. Are you serious? Hold your foot up. Let me see your foot. Oh, that's ugly. Oh, my gosh. His shoes are ugly. And they're Nikes. That's what makes it so bad. You have ugly Nikes on. I never thought that was... Well, I saw some orange. Yeah, I saw a guy with some black, orange, and yeah. Don't be trying to show me nothing else now. He stood up. I'm like, hey, whoa, hey, DJ Brother Z up in there with you. Come on now, hey. But yeah, so Curly Q says she want to see the fit Glenn. Uh-oh, she must have seen you somewhere before.
It's a runway now? It's a fashion show?
Right here. All right, Curly Q, he coming in just so you can see him. Come right over here. I got no camera that can turn it over there. All right, this is the producer, Glenn. See, he's right there. Why you hiding behind?
I say, don't hide.
Wait for me to pop up on camera so I know.
Why you hiding behind the chair? Watch this. Let's do this. See, there you go. Why you hiding behind the chair?
I look good.
You see how you trying to buff? See how you did this? All right, y'all seen him now. That's the producer, Glenn. She say bright. Now, here's what you don't. Watch this. Everybody going to start calling. So, is Glenn here today? Can I talk to Glenn? Mm-hmm. Somebody said they saw the shoes as you left. Wow. So do you like them? Are they ugly, Curly Q? Yes, no. I don't know. I think they're ugly. But then again, and I mean, he got the Nike shirt, the Nike shoes. Nike pay you for that?
Not a dime.
Wow. You should stop that. Wow, Neon Glenn. Curly Q said they are definitely making a statement. I really don't know what that is. And now with 101.7 The Truth traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
Trouble continues on 4394 southbound. Just south of the high-rise bridge, we got the left lane blocked with a crash, and that is backing things up all the way back through the Marquette up to Capitol Drive. So give yourself tons of extra time, or maybe just avoid that area for now. We've got northbound slowing down from Kilbourne all the way up towards Burleigh. Also on eastbound 94, delays basically from 76th Street all the way to Hawley, and then again coming out of the Stadium interchange to about 27th. And more delays into the Marquette as you try and swing on to southbound. It's going to be a tight squeeze. We got westbound 94 backing up from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, mostly clear, a low of 67. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance for a storm, mainly to the north, a high of 87. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At We Energies, we're committed to building a bright, sustainable energy future. We're investing in clean energy projects like solar, wind, and battery storage. As a leader in the decarbonization effort, our goal is to achieve net zero carbon emissions from our generation fleet by 2050. It's part of our plan to provide the affordable, reliable, and clean energy you depend on. Learn more at WeEnergies.com. We Energies, people you can trust, energy you can depend on. This message was paid for by the stockholders of WEC Energy Group.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
So Black women's leadership needs to be prioritized. That means a whole lot of things, but it includes a message for white women, which would be, it'll be wise for you to take our lead. We've already demonstrated everything there is to the world about who we are. We shouldn't have to keep doing that over and over again. The reality is that there are times when we got to muster up the energy to do some things we don't want to do. But I don't want that to be commonplace for me, and I certainly don't want it to be commonplace for other Black women. There's often this message that we need to stay strong because there are people depending on it. No, we need ourselves.
Yeah, you can't, what do they say? You can't pour from an empty cup?
Yes. And I even am hearing people say a lot more, you shouldn't pour from your cup at all until it overflows. And it's the overflow that you give. You keep the full cup for yourself.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. NBA free agency is off and running. The Milwaukee Bucks making headlines this morning, agreeing to a 4-year, $107 million deal with free agent center Miles Turner. At the same time, the Bucks also releasing guard Damian Lillard and stretching out the remaining of his contract in order to make the move for Turner. Milwaukee also agreeing to a handful of 2-year deals with multiple players, Kevin Porter Jr., Taurean Prince, and Gary Harris. And lastly, over to Major League Baseball, where the Brewers will begin a 3-game series on the road in New York to take on the Mets. That first pitch tonight is scheduled for 6:10. Freddie Peralta expected to get the start for the Brew Crew. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
TikTok, you don't stop. Stop to the TikTok, you don't stop. Stop to the TikTok, you don't stop. Stop to the TikTok, you don't stop. Stop to the.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines, all side by side. So stop by soon, because if you order by July 31st, today is the 1st, you got 30 days, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience window. That's, I'll get it right. The Pella Experience Center in Brookfield, or schedule your in-home consultation. That's absolutely free at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. Order by July 31st, 0% interest for up to 5 years with certain restrictions. So, sure you check it out. PellaWI.com. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me see all the stuff I got to do. Are you going to be at the Walk Against Violence?
I will.
Okay. In your lime Volt green shirt?
This shirt will not be making an appearance at the Walk Against Violence.
Thank God. Ooh, Lord. My goodness. Everybody on there is like, hey, how you doing? Curly Q say you were definitely making a statement. Well, what is a statement? No. So the Diddy jury has gone home for the night, and they're still, fighting it out. They're gonna come back tomorrow to deliberate. Okay, Reginald, do you see what Reginald said? Like, we're not gonna read that, Reginald. Stop. Not really a city girl. See, now you got all the girls, they done left me and they looking at Glenn now. Oh, no. They want the young boy. The young buck. They're like, that old dude, man, forget him. I see that young one. I see the youngins. Not really a city girl said, bright colors look great on Glenn. Oh. Not really a city girl. The verdict did not come in. They got him on 4 of the 5. That came with a verdict of 4 of the 5. We don't know if he's guilty or not guilty. And the 5th one, the highest one, the conspiracy one, they couldn't come up. They couldn't. They deliberated and they were at deadlock. So, if they can't deliberate on that one, who knows? So, who knows? Not really sitting here saying, oh, don't do that, Dr. Ken. Y'all are leaving me for Glenn. For the youngins. Please do. But please do. Gotta inject some humor, doctor. Just gotta. Nah, that's not humorous, dude. Like, I don't see anything humorous about that comment. Did you read the comment he made about the color, Reginald? He kind of
about the high vis jock straps.
Why you gotta say it on the air, dude? Like, really, I'm trying to avoid it. And you just see. That's why when you put them colors on, that's what happens. You become as bright as the color. You're just so out there and open. You just say anything. High visibility jock. Who would see the jockstrap if it's high visibility and you're wearing pants? Help me out. Do you know anybody that walks around with no clothes on wearing a jockstrap? I'm just saying. Like the sheer thought of it makes me sick, makes me want to puke like the color of your shirt. I'm just saying. Oh, I tell you. Do you? So JD, I don't know what to say about when people say I usually don't agree with you, but I don't know what that means. Is that like a sideways backhand to the face? Just it's kind of insulting. Glenn, I don't mean to insult you when I say this. Well, then you know it's going to be insulting, right? Yeah. So I'm just saying. So the one thing I would change about my life, I don't mind my hair turning gray because it's been turning gray since I was about 20. So let me think what else. I don't mind shaving every day because I don't. I shave like every other day. Let me think. What would I change? And so I wouldn't change my life. You know, mother growing up, broken home, all that. I wouldn't change any of that because all of that is why I am what I am now. Everything I didn't have then, I have now. So would that have slowed me down or caused me, well, I got comfort now, so I don't really need to do anything. I don't know. Would I have that drive that I have now that I didn't have then because of all those things that happened that made me what I am today? The question before the break was if you could change one thing about your life right now with the snap of your finger, what would it be? Oh, I know what it is. I would wish that I could whistle. You know how people can just put their fingers in their mouth and what? I can't do that. Anybody know why? My hands are too big. People say, oh, it don't matter how big you are. You guys, a technique. Okay, it's a technique. You know how to jump double dutch?
No.
Like single rope?
Oh, yes, I can jump rope by myself, but
then
if we're talking double dutch, no.
Then you can jump double dutch. If you can jump single, you can jump double dutch.
But it's my time when I'm jump roping, you know?
But you want to take yourself to the next level? Don't you hate when people say that? I need to take this to the next level. Excuse me, where is that? Like, could you explain to me what that is? That would just drive me, we got to go to the next level. Okay, what? Like, what is that? The next level of making $5 million and we're going to make what? 10? 6? $5 million and $1? Like what? Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. By the way, the WNBA is increasing their teams, believe it or not. They have more. They reported about a week ago. And as you can see, everybody just was jumping right on that story, right? They were like, hey, nobody cares. So they announced 3 additional teams will be joining the league in the coming years. I talked about it before. Expanding to 18 teams. They're adding. Now, this is me. Now, first of all, the WNBA is tied to the NBA league team in their city, which I think is trash. Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia. I think we can do better than all those cities. And Milwaukee declined to have a team because we can't let anything get in the way of our Milwaukee Bucks. I thought that would be great. That would have been a great addition to this city. Oh, that's right. They don't care about women. Nobody cares about women. I'm not saying the Bucks don't care about women. Stop before you repeat that. Be all over X. Dr. Ken Harris said. It's like they took part of what I said about Giannis and ran with it. Oh my God, he said, oh, be quiet. Did you hear the whole thing? No, I just heard like 3 words and then I lost my mind. Okay. Wait a minute. The league has already approved teams for Golden State, which debuted its team, the Valkyries. What in God's name is a Norse, like, superwoman? Toronto and Portland. So they're going to be starting in 26. But what are the? I want to know the names of these teams. You know, we have to say something. Isn't that offensive to everybody that's like from the Netherlands and North? And I'm just saying. I always got to find a reason for something to be offensive, right? It's always offensive. What are they going to try? Ooh, I almost said it. I'm glad I caught myself. Would have had to hit the dump switch. What would they call Detroit? The dump? Like, I don't know. Like, what are they going to call the Philadelphia Eaglettes? So what's a female eagle? The Philadelphia Bells. Bells. That's dumb. The Liberty Bell is cracked. And as our way, we're going to smoke crack. Okay, I'm just. Woo! I mean, feminine names for basketball teams. Interesting. Notice they don't have any names for any of these teams. Absolutely not. The demand for women's basketball has never been higher. Really? Oh, here's one. Does the WNBA commissioner have to be a woman? Because they seem to only complain when it's all women and then the person running it has to be a woman. So I had that conversation with somebody. I said, only a woman can. I said, that's not true. If a woman can do what a man can do, then a man can do what a woman does. You don't get to have it all as yours and say, nah, I'm a woman, so I get to do it in a women's group. But then you feel like you're equal to a man, so you can invade a man's space and run something. If we're going to keep it separate, keep it separate. I've probably upset every female listener to my show. But I mean, seriously, can a man be the commissioner of the WNBA? Why not? Why not? Well, are you saying, I'm not saying anything. I'm saying, can a man do what does a woman have to be in charge of the Women's National Basketball Association? And does a man have to be the commissioner of the National Basketball Association for men? Just asking. Just asking. Because I think it can go either way. JD said on the talk and text line, 833-212-1017, we have different points of view, brother. You sure? Or are you only listening to the half that I say on the radio? You know, like Nolita outed me yesterday. There's a whole other side and the other part of him that nobody knows. He also went on to say, and I don't know if JD is a he or a she, but what you said today makes sense, and the media is very selective about what they report. That's true. But I just want them to be consistent. Everybody that gets arrested, put their name out. If Dr. Ken Harris gets arrested, don't put my name out. But if Glenn gets arrested, Glenn's name don't get out. Don't say high profile. That's not a reason or an excuse. That is not a reason. Till that person is charged, their name, image, and likeness should not be released to the media. Oh, did you see this person got arrested? So, interesting.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, are you looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business? Well, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our festival. You don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to promote your business and be part of all the fun. To be a vendor at Truth Family Fest, visit truthfamilyfest.com and sign up today.
Why did Old National Bank decide to create this program?
You know, it was something that was near and dear to the heart of our chairman and CEO, Jim Bryant. Jim wanted us to do more in the African American communities, more with minority-owned businesses. So he approached Roland Shelton, who was my boss in Evansville, Indiana, and said, Roland, we need to do more. We need to create a program that's going to allow individuals, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses to access capital a lot better than traditionally we've been doing. And so we created the Empowerment Loan Program 2 years ago.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Want to help build a better Milwaukee? 1MKE is a nonpartisan coalition of over 100 community partners making it easier to plug into what matters. From local services that can save you time and money to events that build community to voting resources to ensure your voice is heard. Whether you're new to civic engagement or ready to level up your impact, there's a place for you with 1MKE. Learn more, get involved, and take their community feedback survey at 1mke.org. We are 1MKE.
Join Outreach on Thursday, July 31st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to learn how prenatal care, routine well child visits, and habits that empower parents for healthy pregnancy. Call 414-727-6320 to register today.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Hey, Atlantic Star. It's got to be real. Hey, I could write a book. This last weekend is Summerfest Milwaukee, so come and enjoy the world's largest music festival while you still can. That's Thursday through Saturday. Many of music's top artists will be coming to Summerfest. Check out T Grizzly, Ira Star, Ray Nitty, 310 Baby, Steve the Stoner, 414 Big Frank, and many, many more. Don't miss out on all the fun at Milwaukee's biggest summer party. Get your tickets. Summerfest.com. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance, and thank you to our official Summerfest food provider, Major Goolsby's. Hey, am I doing some more today? I get to do it like every day. All right, so if in 5 o'clock hour, I got to give away some tickets. So make sure you listen in the 5 o'clock hour, 54 minutes after the hour. I swear, Winky be calling right like a minute and a half before I got a break. Winky, why you keep doing that?
Hey, man, I'm sorry. That's just the timing. That's just the timing.
Quit your job and talk on the radio.
Okay, you were talking about the women's league.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something. There was a good league that was out, the X League. women's football team. That was a bad team. That was a bad thing. But the hating women didn't want to see them girls playing that lingerie, and they was playing real tackle, man.
Yep.
And I mean, women and them other kind of men push the league. So I guess the league is stalled now since 2019. But it did good. It was
Do
really
you
great.
really want to see women? I'll watch women play rugby. I'll watch them play soccer. I don't know if I want to watch them play football.
Well, you watched that league before, right?
No.
You never watched the X League, brother?
Okay.
Women's.
No means no.
The Women's National League football league.
No means no.
The LSN.
Okay.
You need to watch some of it.
No,
Look up on YouTube and check it out.
I don't like women's
Why not?
football because I don't like women playing football.
But these women you gonna like playing
I don't
football.
care. You're not here. See, people just won't accept what you say, right? That's why I stay in the middle. That's why I stay in the middle.
But you know what?
You tell
Anybody
people
that watch
exactly
those girls,
what you say, and they still like disregard it. Anyway.
listen, and I respect that. But anybody that watched that league, they wanted more and more every week.
Speak for you.
And they only had about 4 teams.
Speak for you.
Well, I think there was a lot of people. I'll tell you one thing: if anybody listening, go pull up the X League women's football, and you'll be tuned in to every back season trying to watch it. All right,
Okay.
my man.
All right. No, not gonna happen. Women playing football. I mean, can you imagine you're playing center? I know what a male center looks like. Think about a woman.
Summerfest is back, and the award-winning 1017 The Truth has got you covered. With free tickets, Truth Nation, to the world's largest outdoor festival. Tune into The Truth all week and listen for your cue to call and a chance to win an 18-pack of tickets to Summerfest.
Benjamin, I know you lying.
No, Nutty Juice, you heard that right. It's an 18-pack of tickets so your friends and family can enjoy Summerfest on us. So stay tapped into The Truth so you do not miss your chance to enjoy the biggest party on the lakefront. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on July 1st.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the New York Mets.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in July 1st at 6:10 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Acts of vandalism targeting pride flags near Madison churches are now under investigation. Police say multiple flags at Luther Memorial Church were cut down sometime from the middle of May to early June. In a separate incident, a flag hung on a fence near First Congressional Church was torn between June 8th and 9th. No one has been charged in either case. The Wisconsin Joint Finance Committee Budget Committee is set to take votes on the recent approved state budget today. The deal includes a more than $1 billion tax cut, increased Medicaid funding, and a boost for the UW system. Co-chair of the Joint Finance Committee, Howard Markline, says this.
We're proud of the work that we've done so far and proud of the work we're going to be doing today. This budget has involved an awful lot of compromise, both between the houses as well as with the governor's office. So a budget is a compromise, and this budget is certainly one of those.
The full legislature is planning to vote on the budget Wednesday. Morale at the Milwaukee Police Department has taken a hit after the line-of-duty death of Officer Kendall Corder. The president of the Milwaukee Police Association, Alexander Ayala, says this.
Those officers that arrested, I would not even say his name, but that arrested that coward, they showed the utmost professionalism to make sure that coward goes to prison for the rest of his life and that he gets his due process.
Governor Tony Evers has ordered flags to fly at half-staff until sunset today, as well as the date of Officer Corder's internment, which has not yet been announced.
This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017. Isn't it? You know, the one thing that scares me that I never want to do on the radio, like, it's not like, say a word of profanity or, you know, because you can just hit the switch and it's belching. Like, I think that is probably one of the rudest things I've ever heard people say or do in my life. Second to clearing your throat, which I do sometimes on the radio and sometimes I'm just saying. So 833-212-1017 is the number. It is currently 85 degrees and partly cloudy, a high of 85, and we are now at the daily high Low tonight is about 67 degrees, winds from the northwest at 5 miles an hour. So, I'm sorry, 7 miles an hour from the northwest. So, dew points dropping. So, pressure's dropping. Is it supposed to rain tonight? What's the forecast? What's the forecast? I want to know what the forecast is today. Like, what's the... This afternoon, mostly cloudy. With a 1% chance of rain tonight. 1%. And then overnight, there's a 6% chance. So, we'll see. We shall see. You know, there are some things in life I thought I'd never see. And then there's Wisconsin.
Number 5.
Governor and Republican leaders announce bipartisan budget agreement. Really? Lawmakers in the Senate and Assembly are set to vote on the budget on Wednesday. This from Matt Smith from WISN.com. Democratic Governor Tony Evers and Republican leaders say they have reached an agreement on broad and critical portions of the state budget that targets state funding for everything from child care to the UW system, transportation, and special ed. The state's budget committee passed the final deal 13-3 this afternoon. Democratic State Senator LaTanya Johnson was the only Democrat to vote yes. Lawmakers said in the state assembly, the Senate are expected to vote on the plan tomorrow. Some loyal lawmakers, both Republican and Democrat, have spoken out against the deal and said they plan to vote no, including in the state Senate, where Democratic votes will be needed to actually pass the chamber. So, what does all that mean? Well, here's what it means. Here's some details. $1.3 billion in tax cuts, with the governor agreeing to sign the plan passed by GOP-controlled Budget Committee. The plan expands the state's second lowest tax bracket up to $50,480 for single filers, $67,300. That's $67,300 for married couples. The governor's office says the cut would impact 1.6 million Wisconsinites. The plan also eliminates tax on retirement income on the first $24,000 for individuals at 67 and over, $48,000 for married couples. $110 million in direct payments to child care providers, much like the current version of the pandemic-era Child Care Counts program. Increase the state's special education reimbursement rate to 42% in the first year of the budget, 45% in the second. Increase funding to UW system by $256 million over the next 2 years, and increasing the hospital assessment on net patient revenue from 1.6% to 6% to the Department of Health Services, with 30% of those funds directly directed to fund Medicaid. So I guess the governor got what he wanted with education, and I guess the citizens of Wisconsin got the tax cuts. I just don't understand why you wouldn't cut taxes to help poor people not be able to have to pay. Like, this is weird. We always talk about that, but we never quite. Well, I guess now I got to update this story, because what I was going to talk about next is kind of out of date. But, you know, as life goes, we got to have a Diddy update.
Number 4.
Partial verdict has been reached. Believe it or not. What we know. After the jury told the court that it had reached a partial verdict but could not come up with a decision on the racketeering charge, the judge told jurors to keep trying. Deliberations will resume tomorrow morning. Combs is charged with 5 criminal counts: racketeering, conspiracy, 2 for sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs says vociferously. Why would you even put this word in the news story? Vociferously denied the allegations, and there was a live briefing, and they had, graphics and National Sex Assault Telephone Hotline. I just find that Anyway, well, we'll see, though. We'll see. His day is coming. He could get anywhere from 25 or, 15 years to life in prison. So, interesting. Hey, did you know gun violence is down in Milwaukee? But
number 3.
There's some other things that are going on. I thought I'd heard everything from WISN, from WISN.com. I don't know if you heard this story. A homemade tennis ball bomb exploded late Saturday night, 33rd and Pabst Avenue in Milwaukee, damaging a car, several garages, and leaving the neighborhood shaken. The blast sent bits of tennis ball scattering across the alley, penetrating the siding, and was captured on video. In the video, a Honda Pilot stops in a dark alley just before 11 p.m. A passenger exits, appears to place something on a parked car, and then drives off as the object detonates. The vehicle's hood and fender were heavily damaged. The metal twisted from the force of the blast. Police responded to the scene, collected evidence, and referred the tennis ball bomb as a quote-unquote illegal firework. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives has previously issued warnings about homemade devices, classifying them as illegal destructive device with the ability to be lethal. So, first of all, what are the laws in the city of Milwaukee, the ordinances as it relates to fireworks? Fireworks are still illegal, right? Sparklers are still illegal, right? Because they can do stuff like catch fire, little stuff like that. So now word on the street is they're going to be using drones to catch people who are doing fireworks. So if you're going to use drones, won't people just shoot the drones? Like if I get a M80, do they still make M80s? Do you even know what an M80 is?
I heard a lot of them growing up in New York.
It's like a piece of a stick of dynamite, right? Like an eighth of a stick. Yeah. So all I need is an M80. When the drone come around, I could just light it and throw it up in. Anyway, let me stop. I don't think drones are what we need in order to stop people from using fireworks. I think we need to treat fireworks the same way we treat everything else. Write them a ticket, lock people up. Because people do bad things. And I think what we've learned over the past few days and weeks, that evil comes in all shapes and sizes.
Number 2.
Speaking of, Fox6Now.com, a prisoner accused of beating her cellmate to death at Wisconsin Women's Prison almost 2 years ago pleaded no contest yesterday to homicide. So prosecutors charged 29-year-old Taylor Sanchez in January 2024 with the first-degree intentional homicide of 68-year-old Cindy Scholes Judas, Juedes. According to the criminal complaint, staff at Tachita Correctional Institution in Fond du Lac discovered Schultz Judas' body in the cell she shared with Sanchez in July of 2023. Sanchez later called her mother and told her that she beat Schultz Judas, too many S's, to death with her bare hands because she had stopped taking her medication, was hearing voices, and thought Schultz Judas had cleaned a toilet with Sanchez's toothbrush. She pled not guilty due to insanity. Online court records show she changed the plea yesterday to no contest, a legal construct in which defendants acknowledge there's enough evidence to convict them and will not fight the case in court, but do not admit guilt, at which point they find you guilty. Interesting. A message seeking comment from Sanchez's lawyer, listed in court records as public defender Michael Queensland, was left, but he didn't get anything. Sanchez was serving a 2-year sentence for battery out of Kenosha County. Now she will spend the rest of her life. She faces a life prison sentence when she's sentenced on the 28th. Amazing. Interesting. Speaking of, this is my number two prime, I guess. 2 prime. A jury found Jackson Vogel, 25, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide in the death of 19-year-old Micah Loriano at the Green Bay Correctional Institution last year. Vogel told investigators he killed Loriano because Loriano was gay and black. Brown County Circuit Court Judge Donald Zudmuller sentenced Vogel to life in prison with no possibility for extended supervision, can't talk today, which is similar to parole. Vogel told the judge he was sorry just before he was said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I may not show remorse. I may not be able to understand emotion. I may not be able to understand remorse itself," Vogel said. "That doesn't mean that a person cannot be sorry for what they did at any point in time, because I am sorry." Huh? Did he contradict himself? I may not show remorse. I may not be able to understand emotion. I may not be able to understand remorse itself. That doesn't mean that a person cannot be sorry. Is it remorse being sorry? Okay. Vogel's already serving a 20-year bid handed down in 2018 for repeatedly stabbing his mother, choking her, and attempting to snap her neck in a failed attempt to kill her. A guard found Loriano's body hanging from the top bunk of the cell he shared with Vogel on August 27th, according to a criminal complaint. Loriano's hands and feet were tied together with orange material. Vogel, who is white, told the guard that he killed Loriano because Loriano was black and gay. He said he knocked Loriano out, tied his feet and hands, and strangled him. Green Bay Correctional Institution, a maximum security facility opened in 1898. Governor Tony Evers has proposed closing the prison as part of an overhaul of the state correctional system. And send the people where? Where they going? Like, where are the people going if they're not going there? Where are they going? I don't know.
Number 1.
This from CBS 58. A man from Milwaukee has been charged with homicide and attempted homicide in the fatal shooting of Milwaukee Police Department officer Kendall Corder and the wounding of MPD officer Christopher McCray, while a woman has been charged with helping to conceal the man from officials. According to the complaint, 22-year-old Tremaine Jones faces counts of first-degree intentional homicide attempt, first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, each involving the use of a dangerous weapon. As you recall, the shootings took place on Thursday, June 26th. Police initially responded to multiple 911 calls around 9:10 p.m., reporting a man firing a weapon described as a machine gun into an apartment building near 24th and Garfield. Both officers who were shot arrived on scene, full uniform, and approached an alley near the building while searching for the suspect. According to the complaint, they were ambushed with gunfire coming from nearby bushes. Officer Corder was struck 3 times and died from his injuries in the hospital days later. The other officer, identified in the complaint as Christopher McCray, was wounded in his foot, thigh, and back and was released from Freighter after treatment. Investigators recovered 16 spent rifle casings from the shooting scene, along with a Palmetto State Armory PA-15 gun, which is an AR-15 style rifle, tracing back to Jones. He was later arrested that night on North 37th. Well, the home in which he was found was reportedly that of 19-year-old Jermella Kittler of Milwaukee, who has been charged with harboring or aiding a felon in connection with Jones's arrest, according to the criminal complaint. Police allege Kittler allegedly helped Jones avoid apprehension following the shooting. She reportedly admitted to investigators that after the shooting occurred, Jones asked her and another woman to retrieve a backpack he had left behind, believing it contained the firearm involved in the incident. Although unable to recover the bag due to a police presence, Kittler and Jones later took an Uber back to her home, where she hid Jones from officers actively searching for him. In court yesterday morning, Jones' bond was set at $500,000. Kittler's bond was set at $15,000. Preliminary hearing for both Jones and Kittler is scheduled for July 9th. If convicted, police say Jones could face life in prison plus 77 years. And what do you say after that? Are we going to be able to get a fight, or are we going to protest for things that are happening in the city? How about a complaint? Oh, wait a minute, that might support the police, so we probably can't do that. Let me think. What can we do? Protest, fight, shut down a store, shut down a street, not go to work for a day. I don't know. What can we do? I guess nothing. We'll talk about how bad it is and how sad it is, and then we'll do nothing like we always do. I don't think anybody cares. Interesting. 833-212-1017 is the number. You know, Milwaukee's biggest party on the lake is in full effect. Guess what? The award-winning 1017 The Truth has the hookup for you, so now's your chance to win a pair of Summerfest tickets and a pair of wristbands to see Ira Star live at Summerfest. That's this Thursday. You ready? Today is Tuesday. This Thursday. Call 833-212-1017. Be caller number 4 right now to win these tickets and wristbands. 833-212-1017 is the number. Caller number 4. Win tickets and wristbands. Ira Star live at Summerfest this Thursday.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This may be another Elon Musk bureaucratic shuffle, or this may be whatever it is. These, Dr. Ken, are real consequences.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I believe that there's going to be a step back and a rollback to some of those places that we're talking about making cuts because of the drastic outcome that can occur.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Literally one call, that's all.
I made one call and that's all, worry-free.
One call, that's all. It worked.
Just one call and that's all.
They will do what they say they're going to do. One call and that's all.
One call, that's all
means security.
It's literally one call, that's all.
It's a phrase we'll never forget. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's the Tsunami Express Car Wash 4th of July sale spectacular. Get 50% off any car wash now through July 6th. That's a long-lasting clean starting at just $5. With free vacuums, mat cleaners, and detailing tools, they make it easy to reset your ride inside and out. No stress, no mess, just a fresh, satisfying clean that fits right into your summer plans. Again, that's 50% off any car wash only through July 6th at Tsunami Express. Find your nearest location at tsunamiexpress.com.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Anybody here to ring my bell? Anyway, let me stop. Congratulations to Carolyn on winning today's Iris Star giveaway. Tune in to The Truth all week, as we'll be giving away wristbands all week long. To get your tickets to Summerfest, just go to summerfest.com. Everybody except Carolyn, because she got tickets at the wristband. That's what I'm talking about. 833-212-1017 is the number. I finally got my message from Quanda, so I hear you, Quanda. I sent you a message back. Okay. Well, is it in there? Okay. Don't before I leave. Okay. All right. Let me check this talking text line, because y'all be saying, SE, what's going on? Hey, SE, you got to say hello to me first, not the Truth Chat. What's up with that? Vociferously. Not really a city girl. Terrible. Ivan said no death penalty. No, even though I can see the same picture. Anyway, no death penalty. No death penalty. No, we don't have a death penalty. We haven't had a death penalty in Wisconsin for some years, some decades. So, why you tripping? Curly Q, stop. Just let it go. Yeah. We haven't had a death penalty in Wisconsin for quite some time. Quanda say, have a good night, everyone, and thank you, Dr. Ken. Anyway. I had to give her some advice because, you know, like sometimes we forget that all the stuff in the world that has come here is here to help us. And so don't reject, having faith is one thing, but there's work that go after that. So, all right. 833-212-1017 is the number. But again, I go back to Quinta Brunson. So the Griot has a story about the lack of privacy of celebrities. So if something happened in my personal life and I didn't talk about it, there's absolutely no way that it's any of your business. So I don't really know how to deal with that. 35-year-old actress and writer opened up about the downside of stardom, where she appeared in a closely cropped Betty Boop-esque bob with finger waves and stunning ensembles. And you know who she is. She stars in Abbott Elementary. She was married for 3 years, went through a divorce. She said, even if you don't give a lot, people want whatever they can get and will take whatever they can get, she explained. I remember seeing people be like, she announced her divorce. I didn't announce anything. I think people have this idea that people in the public eye want the public to know their every move. None of us do, I promise you. She said, no one wants everyone to know when you buy a house, when you move, when a major change happens in your personal life. It's just that's public record information. I hate all that. After 3 years of marriage, Brunson ended her divorce, filed for divorce from her now ex-husband, Kevin J. Anik, on March 19th, citing irreconcilable differences in the filing. The former couple, who originally got married October 2021, had a post-nup agreement that governed the disposition of their property and stipulated that each party be responsible for their own attorney's fees. See, here's my issue. If you need a lawyer to go to court, if you're having a divorce and you're just going to say, we out, and you keep your stuff, I keep my stuff, and we're done, why do we have to have, like, that's the scam of the judicial system and lawyers making stuff like that have to be. Now, I know it can get a little unamicable and people fight and all that stuff. Then get a lawyer. But if two people want to go get divorced, well, watch this. You can get married without a lawyer. Why can't you get divorced without a lawyer? Well, you got to come in court and you got to have somebody. What if I don't want to? What if I just say, I don't want to be married to Junebug. Junebug don't want to be married to me. And so we're going to split everything. They're going to take their stuff. I'm going to take my stuff. We got a problem. We're going to talk about it. I'm out. Like, what is that? It's just weird. But being in the public, right? People want to know everything about you. Where you going? What you doing? I've been accosted a few times from people who decided that, they want to know where I was going and what I was doing and who I was with and when I'm hanging out. I had to stop going to certain places because when I would go to those places, people would then meet me there. Hey, I knew you was coming in today. Ooh, okay. Or you're sitting there and people sit across the room staring at you. Like I'm staring at Glenn right now. Which I never understood. If you wear glasses, why wouldn't you hold your head up? You ever see people read? They got glasses on and they do this? Like, what is that? Why are you wearing glasses? Anyway, I digress. And you get that look from people, and I'm like, yeah. Or sometimes I'll forget, and I'll put on like a Concordia shirt or a Concordia hat like this one, right? Or I'll put on, I didn't take the headphones off first. Or I'll put on and people will be like, oh, you got to, or I don't know what I was thinking. One day it was cold, I put on a gray Truth shirt, and I got the look. And then people start talking to you about something you talked about 6 years ago, and I don't remember. Like, can you refresh my memory? You don't remember? No. 10 hours a week for 4.5 years. I don't know. That's a lot of running off at the mouth. And then before that, I'm teaching. That's a lot of running off at the mouth. And sometimes it blends together, so you really don't know which one it is. So, I don't know. All I know is I'm going to be watching this governor's budget very, very closely. Do we have enough people in special ed to spend $500 million to increase it? I don't know. I don't even think about that. I know we need to get the superintendent back in. And by the way, we're looking forward to this fall having our Truth Summit. It won Best Programming with Wisconsin Broadcasters Association this year, so we're looking to do it again. And we're going to be talking about those things that people want to know. So you make sure this year we crowd the place out. We're going to have some people there. And we may take questions because, sometimes y'all be on it like y'all was yesterday. Y'all was on something yesterday. Quanda said, yes, good. Ugh. I did that emoji just because Dr. Ken hates it. I like to see him uncomfortable when he speaks on his dislikes. That was mean. That was really mean. I'm going to go cry now. I'm going to go cry. Nope. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go play in traffic. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
Southbound 41 backing up from before Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol. Northbound's going to be slow from just before Mayfair Road up to about Hampton. Still delays on the bypass heading southbound, pretty much from the Zoo down to Lincoln, and then back on the brakes from Oklahoma Avenue down and around the Hale interchange to about Forest Home. We got delays southbound 43 from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette to the KK River. Northbound is going to be backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up towards Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear skies, a low of 67. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance for a storm, mainly to the north, a high of 87. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center in Brookfield lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines side by side. A friendly expert can go over Pella's endless possibilities for all price ranges, from colors to hardware to custom designs, ensuring you get the best possible look for your home. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you get the look you want at a price you can afford. Stop by soon, because if you order by July 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield. It's off Blue Mound Road, kitty corner to Cops, or schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Here is Ben Jammin with his truth.
Truth Nation and all the juicy jammers out there, can I be honest? Honest about what? Honest about me. Honest about following your dreams. Matthew 16, verse 26. What is it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul? I didn't know what I was getting into when my mother birthed me. I never imagined walking out of a job would lead me here. Back in 2017, I was working third shift at a grocery store, hating it. I knew I had to make a change. One day I walked out. No plan, just a leap of faith. 2 months later, I got a job with V100, and it was on and popping. I met Wiz Khalifa, Jerry Springer, Ice Cube, and Charlamagne the God. But in 2020, everything changed. COVID hit, and I was furloughed. But it gave me clarity. Clarity on who I was, who my real friends were, and what I truly wanted. After 8 months, I got an opportunity with 101.7 The Truth. I got the chance to speak on air, and things took off. I started as a producer, and now I'm the host of Jammin' with Juice. I've spoken with the White House, NBA All-Stars, and even killed an unreleased track with one of your favorite rappers. Through it all, I remained vulnerable with you, Truth Nation, especially after losing my dad. But here's the truth. It's not just about following your dreams. It's about preparing for them. What you want to happen is going to happen. But if you're not ready for it, you have to watch it pass you by. As a great prophet once said, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. So if it wasn't for the divine timing of the George Floyd assassination, the time that I took for myself to become greater, or the vision of the CEO of our company, 101.7 The Truth, or myself wouldn't be here. So I'll call it divine timing. I can tell you to follow your dreams, but it's much better if you prepare for them.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Listen to Jammin' with Juice with Ben Jammin and Carrie Noni weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. NBA free agency is off and running. The Milwaukee Bucks making headlines this morning, agreeing to a 4-year, $107 million deal with free agent center Miles Turner. At the same time, the Bucks also releasing guard Damian Lillard and stretching out the remaining of his contract in order to make the move for Turner. Milwaukee also agreeing to a handful of 2-year deals with multiple players, Kevin Porter Jr., Taurean Prince, and Gary Harris. And lastly, over to Major League League Baseball, where the Brewers will begin a 3-game series on the road in New York to take on the Mets. That first pitch tonight is scheduled for 6:10. Freddie Peralta expected to get the start for the Brew Crew. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. He didn't reach all the way back in the vault and went back and got some great music. Some great music. 84 degrees, partly cloudy, low tonight is 67. So you might want to, you might freak out, might need a jacket tonight. A little small jacket. Winds are like at 7 miles an hour. It's just enough to feel it and make you go, it's kind of chilly. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What you want? What you want? What you want? What you want? What you want?
Hi, Dr. Ken.
Hey, how are you?
I am okay. How are you doing?
Fine.
I'm just pretty busy. I got a lot going on.
Why you got all this stuff going on? Aren't you retired?
Yeah, but stuff is it's kind of hitting me all at once. You know, like they say, when it rains, it pours.
Yep. That's
what's hitting me all at once. But yeah, I just But I do what I have to do. You know, I do what you got to do. But anyhow, I'll tell you about it one day.
You say that all the time, and then you never tell me. Don't tell me on the air.
No, I don't want to say it over the radio.
I know.
Yeah.
But you always say that. I'm going to come down there. Then you don't come down here.
Oh, I am. I am. I will.
That's all right.
Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. I did say that. Because I said I was coming to do my finger at you. How you point the finger? I don't give you the finger works.
Trouble.
Yeah, and they passed that big, beautiful bill. Oh, boy, I can't wait to see what's going to be on it.
Well, not yet. It's got to go back to the House, and they got some clicking and,
Well, they kind of advertising it. I think it might go through. I hope it don't.
It passed the Senate. Well, there's some good things. See, here's what people don't do. Remove Donald Trump. Remove what people tell you is in the bill and actually look at what the bill says. They recalculated how you do Medicare because some states were taking advantage of it and getting way more money. So other states were paying for like North or South Carolina to give people like up to $10 more, per dollar the state put in because they had this quote unquote formula with Medicare. They're changing that. They're saying, no, you get the money that you're supposed to get commensurate to what you put in the system. Like little things like that they just say, oh, they're cutting Medicare. Well, they're not cutting Medicare. They're not giving this. They're making the state pay their portion of Medicare. That's all. There's a lot of things about it that people don't like because of Donald Trump. But then all the middle class people who got the tax cuts, you would lose it all and you'd end up owing $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $8,000 more a year because of the tax cut we got in 2017. So not everything is good about the bill, but not everything is bad either. It's going to affect different people in different ways. The poor are going to probably make out better than anybody because a lot of things in that bill allow them to not have to pay more. If you look at what Governor Evers just passed, that if you're 67 and older, the first amount and I forget what it was exactly, Well, click the button and read it yourself.
43
All right.
or something. 43,000 or something.
They're allowing you to like the first like $24,000. The first $24,000 of your retirement income goes untaxed.
Mm-hmm.
That's a significant amount of money when you got a decent pension, $50, $60, $70, $80,000, and your first $24,000 you don't have to pay tax on. That's an instant tax cut. Like we have to stop this looking at things just from one lens, and then if the people we agree with say I hate it, then we say we hate it, but we don't really know why.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we do have to read it, but I think you probably think we all hate Donald Trump, but the thing with Donald Trump, he's the the pinata. He's the one you're gonna hit because he's upfront with it. I don't like what's behind him. That's me, because he didn't just do this. It took more than him to do what he's doing. But we'll see. I'm going to read it, too. I don't want to get it wrong, right. But from what I've been gathering,
it's 900
a lot of stuff's supposed to be getting cut. Your
but what? But what's supposed to be
and that kind of stuff.
Where does it say that?
But it's just the health care. I didn't write it all down, but I know they said health care is one of them. And I don't know if they say anything about going after people's Social
What I'm
Security.
saying is next time, before people complain and listen to what people say, verify what they're saying. That's all I'm saying. Verify what people say, and that way you know. And I'm sure I found a couple things in this bill I didn't like, and I didn't think we should be doing it. But in comparison to some of the other things that help me, right? And it's an individual thing. And so it's not a blanket everybody. But anyway, we'll see.
Well, you ain't got to please everybody anyhow, So it's really kind of hard when you try to get up there and work with three different sides, maybe.
Well, it's one different side because it's all Republicans.
That one won't do it that way.
It's all Republicans. So it's all Republicans. So they pretty much got it tied up.
Oh, yeah, I know they got it tied up because they mostly got all the seats up in the government. So, So we'll see. I'm going to look all of it up, but I just was listening to other people say, running it down. That's what I was doing.
You mean the other people? Look, the other people that haven't read
it was just some of the news commentators.
The people that haven't read it.
News commentators from TV.
The people that have
They read it. I know these people read it.
They're only complaining about the things that they disagree about, and the things that help people they have nothing to say about. That's the problem. When you can look at something and look at everything, right? That's what matters.
I'm gonna look at it.
That's what matters.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna tell you one more thing before you hang up. I was looking at China, and so I think we're gonna do like them. We're gonna get to that stage. I think.
What's that? What stage?
They got the hybrid society.
What do you mean hybrid?
They got all the humanoids. They're dancing with them and everything.
Oh,
That's gonna be us.
I doubt it.
Okay, we'll see. Look, all this stuff is coming. Look, this is the future. And
excuse
if China's doing it, we're gonna do it too.
40 years ago, they said it's the future. Well, that's now, and we don't have.
Well, they hide everything they do here. They hide and they lie about it. But I know.
How did you make it through life if everybody lies? So does that mean you lie too?
I'm just talking about engineering all this stuff. That's basically what I'm talking about. Seems like they're hiding all of this. Oh, the humanoids and all that stuff. The robots that's going to take our job.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Dr. Kidd, I'm not going to keep you. I'll call you again. I'm going to read it, though.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Somebody said, Dimitri said, isn't the big, beautiful bill a part of Project 2025? Okay, Project 2025 is Project 2025. The bill is the bill. I'm sure there's some components of one over the other in both. So I don't understand what you're asking. Is it part of? No, it's not part of. It's a separate bill that they did. Some of the things in the big, beautiful bill are some of the things they talked about in Project 2025. I always argue. Take a step back, take your emotions off, take your politics off, take your religion off, and read it and say, oh, I agree with that. Oh, I disagree with that. And then weigh it. But don't listen to what other people say to you because you only watch TV from people you agree with. And then you only do things that you like. And then they all agree and they all hate it. And they only like and they all hate like 2 or 3 things in a 900-page bill. That's just weird. That's just weird. That's bizarre. I don't know. He said, but this bill is scary, though. Why is it scary? Like, what makes it scary? Every single bill that passes, there's something in the bill that shouldn't be in there. And there's something in the bill that everybody disagrees with. Half of America agrees, half of it disagrees. I'm just saying. Change your elected officials. Change your Congress and your Senate. Put in who you want. Just don't put in no socialists like that lunatic from New York City. He cray.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Summerfest is back, and the award-winning 1017 The Truth has you covered with front-row access passes to the best concerts at Summerfest this year.
Tune in to all your favorite Truth shows every day so you do not miss your chance to win tickets and wristbands to see artists like Offset, Bossman D-Lo, Ira Star, T Grizzly, and so many more.
Do not miss your chance to see these artists up close and personal during Milwaukee's biggest summer party. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Victory Garden Initiative is an 1.5-acre urban farm that sits right in the middle of the Black community on Richards and Concordia. I don't know if you know that Harambe is a food desert. So within its borders, there are no major grocery stores. So people rely on things like dollar store, corner stores, liquor stores to buy food, which is all unhealthy. Everything we grow, and we grow everything, tomatoes to potatoes to carrots to corn to onions, to, and so on. And everything we grow is free to the community. It started in 2009. They wanted to build a sustainable food production system that was healthy and sustainable. And what that meant was giving people the resources to grow their own food and the skills to make sure that those attempts were successful.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
At We Energies, we're committed to building a bright, sustainable energy future. We're investing in clean energy projects like solar, wind, and battery storage. As a leader in the decarbonization effort, our goal is to achieve net zero carbon emissions from our generation fleet by 2050. It's part of our plan to provide the affordable, reliable, and clean energy you depend on. Learn more at WeEnergies.com. We Energies, people you can trust, energy you can depend on. This message was paid for by the stockholders of WEC Energy Group.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's been a great day. I'll be rolling out of here. Tori Lowe's show's coming up, and Glenn gonna be rolling out here glowing across the parking lot with his shirt. Ooh. I was want to say goodnight to everybody on the Talking Text line. Good night to everybody on YouTube. What's going on? Quanda, we praying for you. Dimitri, Mal, not really a city girl. Curly Q. Who'd I miss? Ivan. I don't know if Ivan's a real person. EVC. All that. Thanks for listening. Reginald. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show's coming up next. I'll see you in about 22 hours for the best in Milwaukee Black Talk. I want to say thank you, Glenn. Appreciate you as always. DJ Brother Z was rolling around in here somewhere too. It takes a lot of people to make all this go, but more importantly, it takes you. Remember to stream and watch us live on YouTube. You can check out the rebroadcast because we'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. Jamming with Juice. Hey, God bless. Take care.
Be quiet.
I'm out.